Today, we are bombarded with more infectious and contagious disease than ever before. Your risk for developing a serious illness is higher than ever before. There has been SARS virus, there has been epidemics with all different kinds of flus. We're exposed to MRSA. Your risk is very serious because our antibiotics don't work nearly as well. In history, people used silver just as a coin thrown in their water barrels to protect them from bacteria. I'd like to introduce you to a brand new technology using silver. This silver is a SilverSol, and it is different than any other silver in any other form. It is under a brand new patent because it is brand new technology and unique. It destroys bacteria, viruses, and mold inside your body as a liquid and outside your body as a gel. It is very important because it destroys the causes of many diseases, and because it is documented in a patent, we can make these claims. Here's how it works. It will resonate at a frequency very similar to the germicidal lights that you see in a hospital. In fact, our SilverSol resonates at 910 terahertz, the very same frequency that germicidal lights resonate at. So now you can take a tiny particle of this SilverSol, swallow it, it enters a red blood cell, circulates through your body, destroying the very pathogens that cause disease. Here's why you need it. You need it because we have too many bacteria in our society. We have too many problems in our nurseries, in our schools, at our work. You need it because by putting it on your hands, you've now helped protect against 70% of all contagious disease and its contamination. You need it because it destroys the cause of ear infections, eye infections, sinus infections, gum disease, even toenail infections. This is important to your family to take every day to protect against our environment and to use when you do get exposed to serious pathogens or ones that may exist like a SARS virus. This is important, and I would like to share with you many of the testimonials of people who have used it and received their benefits.
SilverSol is one of the most miraculous products that I've ever used.
And I had one of my patients who's been taking herbal products for a number of years and had a ulcer in their leg. It wasn't a diabetic ulcer. They went to the medical doctor and they said everything was okay. But the herbal preparations just wasn't clicking. So we started putting them on the SilverSol externally and internally. And they came back to me in 2 weeks and it had healed up better than it did in 5 years.
It was just absolutely amazing. If you ever get bit by mosquitoes, you know that you'll grab most anything that you can. We carried silver with us every place we went. Midday, all of us were swigging silver. Every morning and every evening, I came prepared. I sprayed it in my throat. I pushed it into my nostrils. I dropped it into my ears. And then, of course, I swallowed it 2 or 3 times a day. We felt very, very comfortable, very protected. But I just felt totally confident that it was going to protect me.
I actually came down with pink eye. Started the drops in my eyes I woke up Thursday morning with it. And he saw me today and I said, look, it's gone. It is such a fabulous product. All you have to do is just use it and, SilverSol, it's what it says it is.
A week before I was coming here, one of my friends, a doctor who has been in practice for 55 long years, he's 80 years, he's a family physician. His wife had what we call bronchiectasis, that is, small dilatations of the bronchi in the lung, both sides. And it gets filled with all these germs, and she has been bringing out pus and she has been breathing very difficult. Now he came and told me, look, I am desperate now. The lab report says these germs are resistant to everything under the sun. So I told him, look, I'll give you something unconventional. I had 2 bottles left for my travel. I used to keep it in my bag. So I gave those 2 bottles. I tell you, the 4th day he comes running to my house with so much sweets and cashew nuts and this and that. He says, for the first time in her life, my wife has slept for the last 2 days and she has stopped wheezing and the pus has stopped coming out. Can you believe that?
One day of SilverSol, I worked that whole day in a classroom with 25 kids. My energy never dropped, but I could feel the symptoms. Next morning I woke up, gone. I love SilverSol.
I had a client, she'd just been to the doctor, and in her blood was mononucleosis, and she said, I have to go to an infectious disease doctor, what shall I do? I said, get the silver, a teaspoon 3 times a day. A week and a half later, she went to the infectious disease doctor, and it was totally out of her blood, as according to the blood test.
That SilverSol is a remarkable product.
Well, we took the SilverSol, I put it on about 3 times, and I tell you, in 2 days, her face was clear. When I got a paper cut real bad in my area right here in the mouth, but I took my SilverSol and I dabbed that on there, and by the time I got to Houston that afternoon, it was gone.
One of the young interns, God bless young people, because they don't go with traditional medicine a great deal of the time, and they were inquisitive, and they said, I want to look at that and culture it, because it looks like it may be a MRSA infection, an MRSA infection. And we said, no, it's obviously a spider bite. Look at the symptoms. Look at the discharge from it. And he said, no, let me culture it. So what do I have to lose? They culture it. And at that time, they came back and said, look, it is MRSA, and it is spreading. And we're going to have to do something. We're going to have to cut into the muscle and cut into the tissue and take it out and then treat it. I said, well, let's wait, because I have another solution I'd like to try. So I used their gel, put the gel in there, and I doubled the dose, oral dose that I was taking, and it cleared up in 3 days.
I had a friend of mine that had MRSA. They were going to cut his toe off the next week, and he stayed over the weekend. He took, I believe, 3 IVs of the SilverSol, and he went home with 5 bottles. And he drank those bottles over about a 10-12 day period. And he called me and he said, you will not believe my toe, the blackness is gone, new healing is taking place, the hole is filled up, and in 2 weeks' time he was walking with his shoe, and it totally saved his toe.
The pilot study showed that VRSA germs, that is vancomycin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus, and MRSA get killed faster with this solution than the ordinary germs. And literally every germ that we have tried in the laboratory, it kills. And it is not an antibiotic. We are now studying the dynamics of how it works. So resistance will not be a question here. Resistance will not happen.
Coming out on the flight this week, I got extreme pressure in my ear. I had some congestion in January, and I had my husband put 2 drops of the SilverSol in my ear, and instantly the pain was gone, and I made the rest of the flight.
This is exciting technology. SilverSol technology is just absolutely amazing what it will do for people in a very completely non-toxic way.